Hello everyone, it's Kay and I'm here with some more of my oh my gosh, I ought to have this off by heart now, DWP 100 Things Challenge, organised by Dances with Pitbulls, who is over there in America and is currently doing the challenge herself, so do go along and check her out. Her name is Crazy Rebecca. I've mentioned her before, I'm sure. Well, the book is here. It's a glorious weekend. Sun's been shining all day, blue skies. So I've been indoors trying to do a few more bits because I really don't do terribly well in the heat. And so today I'm bringing you Project 23, which is a door hanger. Project 24, which is some more jewellery. And Project 25, which is what I'm calling an inspirational ticket holder. Now Jer did a lovely, that's Little Snippets 1 on YouTube, did a lovely tutorial on how to make her tags, and unfortunately, or quite happily as it's turned out, I tried to make one of the tag holders with some quite poor quality paper. Poor quality insofar as the print is very good on it, but it doesn't take to being scored and then folded. So I had to amend it somewhat. So we'll start with the inspirational ticket holder, and this is how it looks. And essentially, if you go along to Jer's channel, Little Snippets, she has done a tutorial on this, and you need a 12 by 6 piece of card, which you then strategically mark, concertina fold, and it gives you this back and forward spiral of pockets. Now, in the tutorial, Jer also uses a piece of the card that's left over from bits and pieces that you need to cut off, and she does a double indemnity and puts smaller pockets on the back. Well, as I say, the paper wasn't very good, and what I've done is used my Martha Stewart punch to cover up the edges that have gone white, broken, and are genuinely not very good. And it's blue and black, but it's quite a nice patterned paper. I think it was from The Works many moons ago. Got to be somewhere like that, because it was one of those cheap and cheerful, but I did like the patterns in it. Alongside or before the video for the tags, Jer also has done a tutorial on how to make homemade tickets. So this is a totally Jer inspired project right in front of you here. And I'm not going to spoil the fun. I would love for you to go over to Jer's channel. She's actually done some pretty good research, got the size of the commercially sold tickets and put her own slant onto how you then can put them together and come up with a pretty good replica that you can then decorate yourself and put your own things on. So the reason I'm calling it inspirational tickets is because on one here I've printed "You Are Totally Awesome," just in ordinary Tim Holtz distress ink, and I've just used the stamps, over stamped, and just made it look quite pretty. And thankfully the blue lends itself to being stamped, because it's got a gold kind of fine striping in it. It just all marries up really nicely. So I was very pleased with how that one came out, and I put that one in the very top pocket to one side, just like so. And then I did this heart one with a butterfly stamped over, and it's actually a group of 4 hearts, but who's counting? And what better way to tell someone that you love them than to put a few hearts in place and a couple of butterflies just to make their day. The backs are totally plain. To be able to concertina them, you can see the paper already here is a wee bit on the shoddy side, but I can't do a whole lot about it at this point. And this one then I put somewhere in the middle of the midline pocket, so you're actually seeing what's on the tickets. And then the final one is another butterfly, because I do like that butterfly. I think it's really, really pretty, and it just says, for being you. And you know, some people are afraid to be themselves and they don't feel it's quite enough for their environment, but it is enough. It is enough, and all you need are loving people around you to reinforce that little ditty, and you know, hopefully it nurtures that feel-good feeling and makes you feel happy to be where you are. So that is my little inspirational tag book. All in all, quite effective. I've not actually put a hole in the top here to hang it or anything, because like I say, I probably won't do too much with it. Maybe give it to one of my grandchildren, purely and simply because it's not come out as I would hope it would to pass on to fellow crafters, and like as not it'll end up on the floor in the bedroom or pushed under the bed, and that's fine. So that is that little project. I've just got to step away a moment, not too far. Oh, because I've forgotten another thing which I'll introduce shortly. The next thing I'd like to share with you is the wall hanging. Now this is a Fernli Designs. If I go out, hopefully you can see it. A Fernli designed, that's Fernli Designs actually on Facebook. They do have an online store, and this is a wooden door hanger, so that if you're in your craft room making magical things, and it's that time of day to be in there because you've done all your chores and all the housework and all the rest of it, you're entitled, and that lets any little people in the house, or anybody else for that matter, know that you're furiously creating and don't really want to be disturbed. I've just used a good quality paper to line both sides of the wall hanger, and these two are Fernli Designs. You can get them on the website or contact Lou Greenwood on Facebook. The clock is really, really gorgeous, and I've covered that with glossy accents just to stop it from staining, because we all know wood will change colour with time. The fairy, I've just put some different coloured stickles, blues, greens and a little bit of pink on the wing, and then on the dress I've just used a plain crystal, so whenever it hits the light it glimmers and shines, and I just liked how it came about. I've put lace on both sides of the wall hanging, used the flat back trim then to cover the flat edge of the, I've got glue strands here, sorry, to cover up the flat edge of the frilled ribbon. And when you turn it on the other side and you've finished creating, you can then say hello to the world again. This is not so fanciful, it's just plain. The ribbon, as you can see, goes all the way around and around the centre that hangs onto the door handle, but it's quite a funky little something, and I just thought it was good fun, you know. I just put it together on a whim because something else I was trying didn't work, and so you go to plan B, don't you? And that is exactly what I did, but I'm actually very pleased with how it's come out. And then the third item is the jewellery, which I need. I'll just move that one around that way a little bit and put that, oh, you're not going to see, oh, let's put that there. The third item is the jewellery, and This is because I've had a commission from my bead shop on Facebook and wanted to get on with it, and decided there was no harm in actually using it for this 100 Things challenge as well. And what it is a double strand of faux pearls with tiny little seed beads around each of the pearls, and a lovely easy clasp on the top. And all you do is drop that down through and slide it out like so. The colours are what were requested by the customer, and it is a baby pink with the gold on it. It is a lot of work. It takes a good while to put together, but hopefully you'll agree it's a lovely, lovely something to be able to give to someone. And it also comes with a matching bracelet, and again it's a double tier, so it fits on and onto the wrist, and it's quite a nice fluid dangly bit by virtue of the design, which I must hasten to add is from Jill Wiseman for the beaders out there, and the design is called Ritzy Ribbon. Ritzy Ribbon, yes, something to that effect. I mean, beadwork is beadwork, and you know there are lots and lots of variations on YouTube showing you exactly how this comes together, how to make it, and truly speaking, it is not a hard pattern to crack, and once you've got it, you can actually get on with peeking over at the television once in a while to make sure you're not missing your favourite programme. So that is my third item for this video, and all in all I'm very pleased with how everything's come out. So if I move this around this way and let you see the necklace, the wall hanger and the inspirational tags, and go out a little bit. Those are my three for my 100 Things challenge. And what I've also got today is a giveaway for the people, and I do know who you are because I check very, very, very regularly, and I do comment to anybody that leaves messages, so I am fully aware. And it has to be for people that have left messages, because following this kind of thing is not an easy thing. It does take up time within your day. I wanted to be able to offer a little something back to my loyal subscribers. It isn't going to suit everyone, purely and simply because it's a bracelet. It's a little bit on the chunky side, and for people that like things a little bit more delicate, then this probably wouldn't interest you, but you might have a friend that would like it nonetheless. And it's all glass beads. It's got silver Monties on the top, and all they are little bits of bling encased in metal. And they've got 4 holes on them. They're used a lot in dressmaking as well, I believe, just to put on to the hem of bits and pieces. If I put it around my wrist, you'll see it really is quite a chunky little monkey. It would fit from probably 6.5 to 7. It's not meant to be tight around the wrist. It's quite a gentle little bracelet, ideal for evening wear, or for the, just a nice girly evening where you're sharing a bottle of Prosecco or something of that nature. You know how it goes, girls. I don't have to spell it out. But if there is anyone that would be interested in receiving this, do make a comment under the video. I will then put the names into a hat, and this will wing its way to you when I do the draw, which will probably be this time next week. If I do it before, then I will herald the draw and everyone will be aware. So thank you very much to everyone for sharing this time with me yet again. Happy crafting, everyone, and have a glorious rest of the weekend. Take care. Bye bye for now.